Hello, this is Martin Auer speaking again from Science Sales Academy. And this is video number 123, and it is about selling, negotiating, or haggling. Selling, negotiating, or haggling, these terms are often used synonymously. On the other hand, these terms also represent different stages in a sales process, at least when it comes to the two concepts of selling and negotiating. To confuse both can jeopardize the success of a whole sales project, because in selling, different rules apply than in negotiating. Therefore, every salesperson should be aware of where she or he is in selling or in negotiating. But what is what? What does selling mean? There are certainly many definitions for the concept of selling. In my opinion, selling is always somewhere between demand, the person of the customer, product benefits, competition, and adjustment of an offer to demand, competition, and the customer. Of course, perhaps as a salesperson, you first need to generate or find a need or narrow it down. However, selling has something to do with needs on the customer side and benefits on the product side. It has something to do with solutions for problems, with competition, and also with applications. The question, selling or negotiating. Therefore, it is the most important recognition feature that one is still selling and not yet negotiating if the need still has not been clarified. Without clarification of the need, you cannot negotiate. In other words, first of all, we have to know what to negotiate before we can negotiate. Put in another way, negotiating requires a goal, and this goal is defined in selling. It is then a question of finding and making an agreement which satisfies the interests of both parties, which therefore can be agreed upon by both parties. Both selling and negotiating are important and essential parts of a sales process. But what about negotiating or haggling? The following point is also an important one. When we talk about negotiating, this is not just and only and exclusively about the price, but it is about much more. It is about the whole project. It is about technical configuration. It is about service. It is about the customer relationship, customer satisfaction, customer loyalty, but also our own satisfaction as a salesperson and as a company. The price, of course, will also be an issue. It will also be an aspect in practice in most cases. But, and this is the difference between negotiating and haggling, if it is only about the price, then we do not speak of negotiation, but rather of haggling. And haggling has nothing to do with negotiating. Haggling is only about the price, whereas the product, the configuration, the service stays totally the same. If you would like to learn more about the DISC model and how to use it in practice, I recommend you to use Your Personal DISC booklet. This can be downloaded free of charge right here. You will also find a link to Your Personal DISC test with Your Personal DISC profile as a starting point for all your employment and work with the DISC model. Please subscribe to my channel and never miss a new video. Here on the right bottom side. It is totally free of cost for you, and there are no further obligations whatsoever. For you, it is only one single mouse click, and for me, it helps a lot. Thank you very much. And as your personal starting point to more effectiveness in everything what has to do with people, just click on this little eye at the right top side. Here is free for download Your Personal DISC booklet, your most important foundation for success in strategic sales in life science and biotech market. You have questions? Just contact me. My contact information is on my homepage, thesciencesalesacademy.com. Thanks a lot for listening and watching. Take care and see you next time.